Chapter 2103 Concentrated Strength 3. Ho-Tu immediately understood this. A dark light flashed in her eyes, her mind was in a state of confusion, and she fell silent. Meng Yuanjun and Zhang Dawen looked at each other, then looked at Zhang Yi and the other person. Is that so, you two? If that was the case, they would have to ask Zhang Yi why he wanted to cause trouble. Zhang Yi also needs to bear the responsibility for the flooding of the entire southeastern coast. Of course not. Zhang Yi decisively denied it. During the time we were away from Tianhai City, we did something very important. That was to seal the Druk giant god Mammon. Zhang Yi said it directly. Anyway, this matter would soon spread among major countries. I don't know where the people from the Wulwan Empire got the news from and tried to kill us on the way. In the end, I killed all of them. That's why they retaliated against us. Meng Yuanjun and Zhang Dawen's expressions changed again and again. Seal the Druk giant god Mammon. They felt somewhat unhappy that Zhang Yi had not even informed them of such an important matter. They forgot that Zhang Yi's Tianhai City Group was an independent organization. After all, Zhang Yi was too powerful now. They naturally believed that as the top-notch master in the country, Zhang Yi's actions should be known to the regional leaders. At the very least, we have to notify the boss of Huaxi State in Shengjing District. A strange look flashed in Ho-Tu's eyes, and she suddenly understood why the Black Dragon took her to the dragon area under the Qinling Mountains that day. Zhang Yi said to the three people, I have everything under control of the Wulwan Empire. If we want to fight back, now is the best time. Because in their eyes, we are still that weak country that dares not resist them. So, everyone, I need you to provide me with strategic resources to assist me in launching a war of revenge against the Wulwan Empire. Do you agree? No one spoke. Zhang Dawen's brows were twisted into a knot. He rubbed his face hard, hoping to make his brain clearer so that he could better judge the situation. Meng Yuanjun started smoking heavily. This matter is of great importance, and it is impossible to give Zhang Yi a reply immediately. At this time, Yang Xinxin on the side spoke up. Huaxi State and Wulwan Empire have become mortal enemies. If we don't take this opportunity to attack, sooner or later they will attack us. Could it be that you really expect the Dragon Clan to protect you forever? She suddenly chuckled and said calmly, Even if the war really breaks out, we can always leave here and find a safe area. You don't think that we have to guard the southeastern coastal border to resist foreign enemies, while you can enjoy everything here without paying anything, right? After these words were spoken, Meng Yuanjun and Zhang Dawen frowned even deeper. It is you who need our organization, not us who need your power. So, you'd better think clearly about who the real beneficiary is. And don't think that we are here to ask for your help. Yang Xinxin looked at the three people in front of her. We are here to help you. Tana Limited. Independent Marketing Agency. Meng Yuanjun and Zhang Dawen were speechless for a moment. Because Yang Xinxin hit the nail on the head. As the world's top space-based ability user, Zhang Yi has the ability to take his Tianhai fortress and most of his subordinates away. Moreover, with Zhang Yi's strength and the elite team under him, there are many people in this world who welcome them. If they were not attached to their homeland, why would they become enemies with the powerful Wulwan Empire? Zhang Dawen said, We are not saying that we don't support you. It's just that this matter is too risky after all. How confident are you? Don't make a mistake and ruin the national strength of the entire Huaxi kingdom. Yang Xinxin sneered and said confidently, As long as you try your best, we will definitely win this battle. Why are you so confident? Meng Yuanjun was also a little confused for a moment. Just because my brother is chaos. These two words are enough. Yang Xinxin looked at Zhang Yi's profile with a gentle smile, and her eyes showed admiration that she didn't have for anyone else. Meng Yuanjun and others only recalled at this time that the most impressive thing about the man sitting in front of them was not how strong he was, but how steady his style of doing things was. This man who put saving his own life first as the iron rule of life would never do anything he is not sure of, let alone commit suicide. Chaos, there are more mysteries about you that we cannot see through. Zhang Dawen said with emotion. Zhang Yi rubbed his hands and smiled. Just tell me whether you support me in this battle or not. Zhang Dawen and Meng Yuanjun looked at each other again. After exchanging glances, Meng Yuanjun said to Zhang Yi, "We need to think about it again, and then give you an answer." Zhang Yi nodded, "But you'd better give me an answer as soon as possible. After all, if I can't get the resources support from various regions, I will not go to war with the Wulwan Empire alone, but will consider moving my organization to the northwest. This way, when the Wulwan Empire really attacks one day, I won't have to stand in front of you to protect you from disaster." Zhang Yi's words were very impolite. "If you are not willing to contribute, then don't expect me to help you when you get into trouble. You'd better figure out who needs who." Zhang Dawen swallowed his saliva and said, "Don't worry, we will give you an answer as soon as possible." Zhang Yi nodded. "Okay, 3 days. I want her answers within 3 days." After saying that, he stood up and planned to take Yang Xinshin and Huahua to other regions. He was a cautious man. Since he was going to fight, he had to max out the insurance. Wait a minute. Ho Tu, who had been silent all the time, suddenly spoke. Zhang Yi looked at the former strongest man of Huashu country. Ho Tu looked past Zhang Yi at Yang Xinshin. "I want to talk to Yang Xinshin, is that okay?" Zhang Yi raised his eyebrows, then looked at Yang Xinshin. "What do you think?" Yang Xinshin and Guan Longhua looked at each other from a distance, then she smiled faintly and nodded. "Okay." Zhang Yi was in no hurry to leave. Guan Longhua brought Yang Xinshin to the Earth Temple, while Zhang Yi was outside, drinking tea with Zhang Dawen and Meng Yuanjun. As for Sun Wukong and Neza, they were responsible for guarding the side. Chapter 2104. Innate Bagua. Guan Longhua brought Yang Xinshin to the Temple of the Earth. Guan Longhua turned around and looked at Yang Xinshin, with a strange look flashing in his eyes. "You give people a different feeling now than before." Yang Xinshin tilted her head. "Oh, what's the difference?" "It feels like you've become a completely different person." As she spoke, she walked slowly forward and reached out her hand to touch Yang Xinshin's cheek. But his hand was only half raised when Yang Xinshin grabbed it. "Just talk, don't use force." "That's rude." Guan Longhua chuckled and took her hand back. "I already knew that you wouldn't just stay by Zhang Yi's side and be an ordinary think tank. Your talent is too strong, and it will stand out sooner or later." Yang Xinshin said calmly, "Don't keep me in suspense. Just tell me what you want to talk to me about." Guan Longhua put away the smile on her face and said seriously, "I need you to do me a favor." "Oh." Yang Xinshin raised her eyebrows. Guan Longhua continued, "I have encountered a very difficult problem, and I can't solve it no matter how hard I try. You are the smartest person I know, so I hope you can help me." Yang Xinshin didn't say anything, but just stared at Guan Longhua, waiting for her to ask her questions. Guan Longhua turned around and walked forward a few steps, arriving at the central area of the Earth Temple. Inside the empty hall, the ground was sky blue, as if it were a clear spring, making people feel relaxed and refreshed at a glance. Xinshin looked carefully. "This is my problem." As soon as she finished speaking, she suddenly raised her hands, and from her sleeves, one white jade thread after another flew out, densely packed, flying into the sky like flowers scattered by a fairy, and then dispersed from the direction above his head in all directions, and then formed a huge and constantly changing ancient pattern in a complex and regular posture. The first time she saw this figure, a gleam of surprise flashed in Yang Xinshin's eyes. Because she had seen this pattern before. In the sealed place below the Devil's Eye, she saw with her own eyes Chang Wan using a similar jade to form a huge sealing array to trap Mammon's body. Is this the sealing formation obtained from the Dragon Clan? The connection between Shengjing District and the Dragon Clan seems to be more complicated than imagined. Yang Xinshin thought silently in her heart. Guan Longhua said to Yang Xinshin, "This is an ancient formation I got. If you don't understand metaphysics, you may not be able to understand it. Simply put, these jades are like electrodes on a circuit board, and the entire formation is a huge and complex circuit board. After infusing it with supernatural power and allowing it to flow according to a fixed pattern, a special sealing effect will be produced. It's just that the transformation of this formation is too complicated. I encountered several difficulties and I haven't figured it out thoroughly yet. Yang Xinxin concealed her surprise very well and she laughed secretly in her heart. When she saw this formation at that time, she was very jealous. This formation is of the same origin as the Bagua of ancient times, but the Bagua of later generations is an incomplete version. Today, after being baptized by the ocean of spiritual essence, Yang Xinxin's already amazing talents and abilities have become like a revelation. She began to gradually see through the essence of this world and was able to use her own thoughts to influence the cognition of the material world. Timemark LLC, affiliate marketing for your business. Therefore, she knew very well what the essence of this formation was. This formation is very similar to the Bagua, right? Yang Xinxin said to Guan Longyue. The earliest book in my country that interprets the 8 trigrams is the Zhou, which is also known as the first of all classics. For thousands of years, many people have regarded it as a guide to feng shui and fortune-telling. But few people understand that it contains the laws governing the operation of the entire universe. Guan Longyue listened to Yang Xinxin's story with a serious look on his face. Yang Xinxin continued, I studied computer science, so I know binary very well. The 2 numbers 0 and 1 can explain everything in the universe. So, I think the Book of Changes is teaching people how to understand the universe, or the material world, by understanding the underlying code. She pointed to her brain. Human cognition can change the world, but only a few people can open their spiritual wisdom and allow their thoughts to connect to the ether. That's why this medium material was born. The array you are using uses a physical method to construct a framework that can connect to the underlying logic of the material world and thus change the laws of the world. After listening to what Guan Longyue said, she asked, You mean, if this world is a program set by the creator, then the method I use is like using an external mouse and keyboard to input new program codes? That's probably what it means. Yang Xinxin said calmly, It's not difficult. Looking at the complicated formation, the countless jade beads seemed to be moving in a chaotic manner, but in fact they followed strict rules. Yang Xinxin walked forward and found the loophole for Guan Longyue with just a flick of her finger. You are really a rookie engineer. All the codes you input are buggy. That's why your program always fails to run. Guan Longyue was not unhappy, but seemed to have come to her senses. If I learn the code, will it help me understand it? It's better to study mathematics, especially advanced mathematics. Yang Xinxin said. Yang Xinxin helped Guan Longyue point out her problem, but did not suggest learning this kind of ceiling formation method, because she knew very well that Guan Longyue could not master this sealed talent on her own. Therefore, Guan Longyue needs her. Yang Xinxin has the ability to remember everything she sees. As long as she continues to help Guan Longyue with guidance, she will quickly master this ability. It is even possible that he could be faster than Guan Longyue. Zhang Yi was drinking tea outside with Meng Yuanjun and Shang Dawen, and they were chatting idly. The Shengjing district holds the most confidential information of the Huashu kingdom, so Zhang Yi asked them whether they knew about the Junjing Church and the Tong organization. Shang Dawen and Meng Yuanjun's eyes immediately became cautious. I knew they would contact you. Chaos. You have to understand that religions will do whatever it takes to spread their teachings. We are staunch atheists and do not believe in those weird and supernatural things. I hope you will not be fooled by them. Zhang Yi shook his head. I don't care about those things, but when dealing with some international troubles, it is inevitable to deal with them. Shang Dawen said, Neither of them is easy to mess with. It's not a big mistake for you to be careful. It's best not to take sides, but to be neutral and stay between the two. This way you can get the greatest benefit. Dear viewers, thanks for staying with me. We'll try to get you more updates. Please like and subscribe and share the video with your friends. Love you all.